Another day, really killed the franchise.
Everyone pretty much hated it, and made a lot of money. No one liked it, so
Bond went into hiding.
Yep.
If memory serves, there were further rights issues.
Yeah.
I think it put the series on hiatus.
Also, not, they'd run out of they'd run out of books way before this.
Oh yeah, but I think that the last one that was based directly on one of the books was Living Daylights, and even Living Daylights, that's a short story, and that was only based on like the first 10 minutes of the film. We know where Bond is in Prague and is investigating a woman with a cello. That's the book basically. That's the short story. Is do the first 10 minutes, but yeah, they face the problem now of the Bond is becoming a bit of anachronism.
Yep.
You know, other spy films are more successful, other action films are doing it. James Bond films used to be about the cutting edge.
Yep.
They'd show new locations, new like gadgets, new cars, and they'd always be on new styles of presenting the films.
Yep.
You know, Bond films always be the biggest and the best, classiest of action films. Die Another Day is not exactly any of those things. So.
I also think that what killed this was two other spy things, well, sort of spy things with JB. You had Jason Bourne, who showed you could do like a street level, like whiz off his wits rather than gadgets, and that was pretty cool. And you also had Jack Bauer.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when 24 used to be seen as like great television, rather than the joke that it is now?
I do, yeah.
Even looking back now, people like sort of are a bit embarrassed about how like really everyone rated it. But that was seen as being morally the complex side of it, because he tortured people and he reflected the political landscape. 24, we're not going to hijack it, but it's pretty much just really, really trashy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really action-packed trash. It's really, really fun. But people were looking more for that rather than some guy who goes around in an invisible car.
James Bond was, at this point, was more seen as being like of what not to be like.
Yeah.
You know, like James Bond's not cool.
No.
Jason Bourne's cool.
Yes. Jack Bauer, Jason Bourne, that's good. James Bond, no.
No.
So, what did they come up with next?
Casino Royale.
Based on the first ever James Bond novel?
Yep, that's correct. It follows the book pretty well, actually. There's obviously got some changes, elaborations to make it more suited for modern day, but it follows the book pretty well. And it stars Mr. Daniel Craig as Bond, who's still Bond to this day.
He's really, really good.
Yeah. I remember at the time there was a lot of controversy because he had blonde hair.
More like James Bond.
Oh yeah, and
that was like front page of the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
For some reason,
because they didn't like him.
I think it was the same day that they invaded Iraq as well.
But like you know, like I remember those stories out of the press release. Daniel Craig was in like a boat, like a speedboat, and he complained about being sick. And they were like, "Oh, he's James Bland. How could James Bond get sick on a speedboat?" Also,
Daniel Craig was more famous for he'd been in a TV show called Our Friends in the North. And he'd also played Francis Bacon's gay lover in a film that was really highly acclaimed. So he's more of an art house actor.
So it's a bit of a surprise, but plus also people said he looked a bit like a lout, a bit of a, you know, like what are you bloody hell going to do? I'm going to beat you up.
Oh yeah, he's in Layer Cake and all.
Layer Cake,
Matthew Vaughn, where he played like a gangster.
Yeah. So a lot of people weren't really happy with the choice of Daniel Craig at first, but I think when the film came out, most people kind of proved him a bit wrong.
Yeah, he's really, really good in it. He's back, I think, to sort of a Sean Connery minimalist kind of acting.
Yeah.
Doesn't say much. Making moves and actions.
Very serious.
I actually don't think he's as good as Pierce Brosnan.
No.
Or Sean Connery, but he's very good at what he does.
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's well suited to this kind of Bond film.
Yes.
I couldn't really imagine Pierce Brosnan dicking about in Casino Royale.
No.
It's shot very realistically. It's shot very much like a Bourne film, which I think is what dates the film.
Yes, I think that the film has a lot of problems. It's by the same director as The Golden
Martin Campbell.
Yeah, Martin Campbell.
The problem is that in the book, the plot is quite limited. At the end of the day, all Bond is doing is just playing a card game to ultimately like upper hand Le Chiffre and break all of his plans, all of his Smersh plans.
Yeah.
I'm about to say the book's only about 150 pages. You can whip through it fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think I read it in a night.
Yeah.
I remember it also has a really. Do you remember the bit where it's like being a woman, she enjoyed a bit of rape?
Oh yeah.
That's an actual line. I think it's paraphrased, but it's something along those lines.
It's something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Bond hates women, but he loves them. But in this one, obviously, they update it to suit the times.
Eva Green's really good in it.
I was just going to say, I love it. I think Eva Green's a great actress. I think she's very underrated.
Well, I think the reason she's underrated is because she's in nothing but shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Sin City 2.
Well, people say
302.
Yeah, if people say the best thing about Sin City 2 is Eva Green.
And so she's meant to be great in 300
Yeah,
too.
apparently, yeah. But in terms of like Bond girls, what's she called again? Vesper Lynd.
Vesper Lynd.
Vesper Lynd was always one of the more complex and interesting Bond women. She actually managed to get under Bond's skin. You know, it's meant to be seen as a bit of a I'm a man's man, but this woman got under my skin. Obviously, in the book, it's played a little bit misogynistically, but in the film, they play that James Bond and Vesper Lynd actually do connect, we do fall in love, and Bond lets his guard down, and it's much more interesting in Casino Royale, the film, than in the book.
I enjoy Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, I do as well, yeah.
He's now probably most famous for playing Hannibal, which he's amazing at. This film obviously isn't as deep as that, but he's a really good villain.
Le Chiffre, who's cries blood.
I think he's the best part of this film. He's a great actor.
He's really good. He's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember they've got Felix Leiter makes a return.
Oh, the brilliant, is it Jeffrey Wright?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's in most of Jim Jarmusch's films. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Always a joy to see him in a film.
Yeah, no, he's really good. The only thing that I said with the dates is the kind of rough and ready approach they take.
Yeah.
Which I don't personally think is really suited to Bond. I think Skyfall gets a better balance.
Well, I think there's a few problems. I also have to mention how dreadful the song is. You know his name.
You know my name.
Isn't it by the guy from Soundgarden?
Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song's terrible, and the title sequence isn't very good.
No.
I think the film's also too long.
Yeah.
There's the famous scene where he gets whipped in the testicles.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and but I think after that, when he's whipped it just goes on a bit long.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way it has to go.
No.
The ending is in that falling house that's falling into the sea.
Yeah, because Vesper Lynd does one-upped him.
Yes.
Yeah. And then right at the end, he goes and shoots that guy.
Yep.
And you have the first, my name's Bond, James Bond.
Yeah. I think there's that, and I think that there are a few token attempts to build thrills in the poker game that don't really work.
Yeah.
That is the one where he drinks the poison thing and he goes out and the car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which I just don't really think works. I think they try too hard to sort of every 20 minutes there's an action scene.
Yeah.
Because you're essentially just watching people play poker.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So they do an action scene every 20 minutes. I don't think they really need to. But I think it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 film, Casino Royale. Better than the next one.
Yeah.